Hello and welcome to PendulumEdu, and in this session for vocabulary we are discussing yet another article with you people, and the article is this, which is based on one such political issue in our country. So the political issue that we are talking about today is based on the Rajasthan drama. Now it heads as Beyond the Pale on Rajasthan drama. Firstly, if I talk about this particular phrase, that is beyond the pale, it is an idiom. So we need to know, to understand the entire context or the crux of the article or what the article would be talking about, we should be knowing the meaning of this particular idiom. So this idiom means, when I say beyond the pale, it states that something that is unacceptable. So when I say something unacceptable, it tends to say that something that is beyond one's understanding, right? Something that a person is not willing to accept, or something that a person doesn't want to understand. Now when I say this, it is talking about what is not acceptable, something that is happening in Rajasthan. Now what is that? The article would let us know further. So if I talk about unacceptable in Hindi, it means something जो कि आप स्वीकार नहीं कर सकते, जो कि अस्वीकार्य है, that is beyond the pale. Moving ahead, it further says, Ashok Gehlot has managed the crisis, but Rajasthan is in for a prolonged political drama. Now, prolonged, see, if I talk about a grammatical point perspective from that, it says a prolonged political drama. First of all, drama is a noun here, and there are two adjectives attached to it. One is political and one is prolonged. Perfect. Now, political, we all know, something that is pertaining to or related to politics. Whereas, prolonged jo hai, it means something that is going on for a long period of time, or something that is stretched over a long period of time. So here it says that though Ashok Gehlot has managed, has taken toll over the crisis, but still Rajasthan is in for a lengthy, or you can say a political drama that would stretch for a long period of time. So prolonged would be something lengthy, या फिर आप हिंदी में कह सकते हैं जो लंबे समय तक जारी रहेगा. तो कुछ ऐसा ड्रामा जो कि राजस्थान में will be there for a long span of time. Now what is it? Let's see in the article. It says the emergence of purported evidence of horse trading. Now 1, 2, 3, I've underlined 3 words here, and we have to understand what it is before we go ahead. It says the emergence of purported evidence. Now when evidence is a noun here, purported is acting as an adjective. Okay, purported means alleged. Okay, evidence is proof. So what does this mean? The emergence of purported evidence. Emergence here means that it has come to fore, samne aaya, something that has evolved. Okay, purported evidence means that a proof that is alleged, that is something that appears to be true. It may not be true, but it appears to be true. It is something without any proof that is backing it, right? So purported evidence कहने का मतलब है कोई चीज ऐसी जो कि deemed है कि वो सच है, but हो सकता है वो सच ना हो. And that sort of proof we have of what? Proof of for what? That is for horse trading. Now horse trading is noun and it has two different meanings, but हम context के according बात करेंगे. So the context here is talking, since it's talking about the politics, horse trading, it means that there's some sort of I would say some sort of gambling or some sort of trading in terms of politics, in terms of the political issues, in terms of dealings made, in terms of the alliances there in political world. Okay, so when I say horse trading, I can quote it down right here that it is something like, in Hindi we say सौदेबाजी, right? There is an alliance, a secret alliance you can say, or secret plan that they are having. Okay, and this horse trading is for what? It is to engineer a split in the Rajasthan Congress and the subsequent moves by the camps of Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot. and his former deputy Sachin Pilot. Now, it further says that his former deputy Sachin Pilot, he has actually shown that there are always fresh tricks up the sleeves of Indian politics. Now, tricks up the sleeves means they have something, always, they have something in hold, they have something secret that they can unfold when it is required. तो एक ऐसा प्लान होना आपके पास या ऐसा कोई हिडन प्लान या सीक्रेट होना जब जरूरत पड़ती है तो आप उसको वहां पर यूज कर सकते हैं या यूटिलाइज करते हैं. दैट इज टू हैव ट्रिक्स अप द स्लीव. ओके, टू हैव अ सीक्रेट प्लान. आई एम गोइंग टू जॉट इट डाउन राइट हियर. It is an idiom and it means to have a secret plan which can be used when required. Alright, so that is to have tricks up the sleeve, and this is said for the Indian politicians. Further it says the opposing sides have presented varying accounts of what led to the political crisis that continues to play out. But some elementary facts. Now, elementary is an adjective which is qualifying the noun facts, and elementary means basic. जो कि होती है like आप कह सकते हो something that is very of basic kind, जो कि आप basis बनाता है किसी चीज का. So I can in Hindi say कि वो बुनियादी होते हैं, right? So they are actually the basic facts that appear increasingly self-evident. वो लगता है कि बहुत ही clear है. They are self-evident. Evident means something that is emphatically very like clear and very true. Okay. So when I say this, there is also a phrasal verb used that is to play out. What would this mean? So when they say something that has led to the political crisis that continues to play out. The political crisis continue to play out means they continue to take place or they continue to happen. So play out is a phrasal verb. I'm jotting it down right here. It is a phrasal verb which means to take place or to happen. किसी चीज का होना. So यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है? That is the political crisis are coming up. Back and back. It further says Mr. Pilot has been acting in tandem, if not in connivance. In tandem मतलब together. एक साथ ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है. जो Mr. Sachin Pilot हैं, he is acting together. Okay, लेकिन वो connivance में काम नहीं कर रहे. मतलब वो willingly he is not doing it. Now guys, connivance is a noun. Okay, connivance means willingness to do something. आपकी किसी चीज में सहमति है, आप किसी चीज को किसी अपनी सहमति से कर रहे हो, that is connivance. So he is not doing in connivance, but he is doing it. He's been acting in tandem with them together, with the BJP. Though there can be a dispute regarding the end game. वहाँ पर कुछ like there can be some sort of turf or some sort of tussle there between them. Okay, regarding this particular end game that we're talking about. A charitable view of his actions is that he merely wanted to increase the pressure on the Congress central leadership to intervene in the prolonged turf war he has been fighting with Mr. Gehlot. Now, important, really important, it says that Mr. Pilot, though he is working together with the BJP, but he is not willing to do so. He is doing it maybe out of pressure or something else. It is possible. बट वो उनके साथ काम कर रहे हैं फिर भी. ओके, नाउ अ चैरिटेबल व्यू, अगर एक व्यू से देखे so he says his actions is that he merely wanted to increase the pressure. He just wanted that the pressure on the Congress has to actually come up. It has to actually like go up and up for the central leadership. Okay, by the central leadership to intervene. That is to interfere. Intervene is a verb. Okay. It is an action word which means to interfere. जैसे कि हम किसी चीज में interfere करते हैं, right? तो हिंदी में हम कह सकते हैं इसको हस्तक्षेप करना, right? So there is an intervention in the prolonged turf war. Prolonged I've already discussed with you people right here in the heading itself, which was an adjective and it means something that stays or continues for a long span of time. So what is continuing here for a long span of time? That is the turf war or the tussle, okay, with Mr. Gehlot, okay. Now, turf war is what? It is also a phrase used, and remember, it's a collocation in English language. I would say that turf and war go hand in hand. Turf war is usually used, it is a political term, it is a noun, and it means some sort of political dispute or an acrimonious dispute. When I say acrimonious dispute, it means acrimonious dispute means something that is serious and something that is intense. Okay, so that sort of war or that sort of struggle or tussle is there between these two people. Further it says, and it is certainly not beyond comprehension, though a bit startling. It says, by हो सकता है like something that is not understandable, something that people cannot comprehend, because comprehension means understanding, right? So it is beyond comprehension, which means कि लोगों की समझ से परे है, but also it is a bit startling, means it is a bit surprising. Startling is an adjective. Here it's used as a noun, and it means it's a bit surprising, okay? That he and the BJP have been colluding to knock down the government. Knock down, it is to actually to break or to actually hit something hard. किसी चीज को गिरा देना. तो किस चीज को गिराने का बात हो रहा है? Here they're talking about to knock down the government. He himself was part of until a few days ago. So see, there's a complete the table has turned over, and the party he was a part of, now he's trying to actually knock it down, right? Further it says, the pattern of activities and the characters all point to the overlap between his plans and the BJP's. Even before Mr. Pilot made public his displeasure with Mr. Gehlot, okay, now here displeasure means disliking. Like he doesn't like him, and he has actually made it public. He has said in public that he is not much a fan of Mr. Gehlot, and he is not on good terms with him. So he has publicly declared it, and displeasure here is a noun, alright, which means नापसंद करना, like he doesn't like him, उनको पसंद नहीं करते. The MLAs supporting him were rounded up in a resort in BJP ruled Haryana. Now see, a beautiful way of saying that people gathered. This is a phrasal verb which is used to impart the meaning of gathering. If I have to say my friends and I gathered in a park or in a resort, in a restaurant, so I can also say my friend and I rounded up in a resort. So rounded up means to come or to gather together in a place. It can be for people, it can be for things. I can round up my equipments, my gadgets together on a table. So I can round up things also, different articles. I can also round up people, okay, getting it? So this phrasal verb can be used for both living and non-living aspects. So इसका मतलब है कि किसी को इकट्ठा करना, alright, to bring together, किसी को साथ ले आना. That is the meaning of this phrasal verb. So the MLAs who were supporting him, whom they were supporting Mr. Gehlot, they rounded up or they gathered in a resort in BJP ruled Haryana. Raising a grievance within the party. When I say grievance, grievance is a noun, and grievance means there was some sort of complaint. Okay, कोई ऐसा उनका कोई शिकायत था within the party, and they raised it there in the gathering. Whether with the central leadership or in the legislative party, did not need such a step. His subsequent moves only reinforced the suspicion. वो कह रहे हैं कि उनके जो like the constant moves of the steps, he moved further, he kept on moving ahead, and each step that he took actually raised further doubts, okay, that Mr. Pilot had it all planned out. Like this was all planned out. Every step of his came with a doubt or raised a doubt. So here suspicion is a noun which means doubt. So it gave a doubt that it was all planned for a journey out of the Congress, though his destination may still appear foggy. So वो कह रहे हैं कि this was done, this was a planning to actually move out of the Congress, but though he has done it, he has been his destination is still unclear, And when I say unclear, foggy is an adjective which means unclear. हिंदी में कह सकते हैं कि उनका जो डेस्टिनेशन, उनको कहाँ जाना है, वो अभी भी क्लियर नहीं है, स्पष्ट नहीं है, right? Something that is foggy, something that is vague. I'm writing another synonym for it, that is vague. Further it says, unlike in Madhya Pradesh, where a similar sequence of events led to the collapse of the Kamal Nath government, the Congress managed to limit the damage. Like they managed to tap it, control कर पाए वो damage को. Okay. The state police filed an FIR against an alleged middleman, PJP Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, and an MLA who has since been suspended from the Congress. So इनके against भी there has been a complaint filed. The Rajasthan police have set out to procure voice samples. Procure, since it is used with to, it is very easy to judge. It is a verb's first form, which means to actually acquire, to grab, किसी चीज को हासिल करना. So I am writing it down here. So what are they trying to acquire? The voice samples of MLAs who are housed in Haryana and are allegedly featured in audio clips that apparently incriminate them in the conspiracy. Now this is important to know that they are collecting or they are gathering or acquiring the voice samples of the people or all the MLAs who are allegedly featured in audio clips. And the audio clips that are apparently incriminate incriminate them in the conspiracy. This means that they actually reflect that they were the part of the conspiracy, they were the part of that particular secret plan, और जिसको हम हिंदी में कहते हैं साजिश, तो वो उस चीज़ का हिस्सा थे. Now incriminate is a verb which means I would clear the screen first and I will jot it down. Alright, so we're talking about incriminate, which apparently incriminate them in the conspiracy. So incriminate means to appear guilty. ठीक है, किसी चीज़ में अगर आप participate, किसी कलर चीज़ में आप participate करते हैं, so that is like to appear guilty. And the conspiracy here is a noun which means a plot. Okay, a kind of plot that is built up to actually capture or to chase someone. So this is some sort of sajish that we're talking about. So they were all part of this particular conspiracy and their voice samples have been gathered or acquired. Moving ahead, it says the speaker has issued notices to Mr. Pilot and 18 MLAs under the anti-defection law. And in the anti-defection law, it is to defy the party whip and not attending legislature party meetings. To defy the party whip, whip is a noun here which means the downfall or the defeat, you can say. हार जिसे हम कहते हैं. So इस चीज़ को they have to defy, they have to to avoid or to take back, to stand by it. Okay, in a plea which means in a request. Plea is a request. Okay, this is noun. किसी तरह की अगर आप किसी से request करते हैं. By the pilot's camp, the speaker has informed the High Court that the time to reply to the notice will be extended to July 21. Altogether, this has set the scene for multiple potentially ugly confrontations between two states, a state and the center, and the judiciary and the legislature. Regardless of the final outcomes of an outcomes noun which means the results, किसी चीज़ का जो परिणाम होता है, that is what. So the outcomes of what are we talking about? The results of the legal and legislative processes we are talking about. There is no moral or political justification for this unscrupulous attempt. Unscrupulous is an adjective which means immoral, right? Something that is not good in terms of moral ethics. So it was for this unscrupulous attempt, ये जो उन्होंने एक खराब या जो ब्रश्ड एक अटेम्प्ट किया है या एक जो ट्राई या जो एक स्टेप लिया है, to dislodge a democratically elected government. Dislodge, which means to remove. It is a verb, okay, action word, verb. हटाना. तो वो किसको हटा रहे हैं? They are actually dislodging the elected government that this is happening a second time in the midst of an advancing pandemic. ये दूसरी बार हो रहा है. This is happening for the second time. Okay, a border conflict and an economic slowdown is beyond the pale. That is why the heading was beyond the pale, because they are saying that the border conflict, China and India, we all know the standoff. We've also discussed the articles based on the standoff, and the economic slowdown that we are facing in this particular pandemic. Everything, all of this together is beyond the pale. It is not acceptable. It is something that जो कि बिल्कुल भी acceptable नहीं है. लोग इसको स्वीकार कर नहीं सकते, ना ही कर पाएंगे, right? That is the point. So they are saying that this gets passed off as a fight for inner party democracy or recognition of talent is just preposterous. Means it is something that is utterly absurd or ridiculous. Preposterous is an adjective and it means something that is ridiculous, something which is like meaningless, right? Gibberish, something. I'm writing the word gibberish, which also means, which is a synonym to preposterous because it means the same, that is ridiculous or something absurd. So वो कह रहे that if this fight for the inner party democracy जो ये अंदर ही अंदर चल रहा है, like things or the chaos amid the inside it, the party itself, the people inside are having some sort of grievances against each other. So ये जो चीज़ है और recognition of talent, ये सब बेकार की बातें हैं. This is all preposterous, मतलब ये सब बेतुका है. This is the entire article, which is for the drama that is going on in the Rajasthan, and it was all the political issue or the political drama. So you can say a political drama in Rajasthan. We can head it like this and we can take it like this. So these are the words and the entire article that I have summarized for you. And the word that I am going to take for the day is this: preposterous. It is an adjective. We've just discussed it. It means something that is utterly absurd, or you can say ridiculous. I have given you a synonym. Locate more synonyms and antonyms for it. It's your job. Comment the sentences with these particular words and we'll get back to you. If you have doubts, let us know. We'll get to know it. You can mail us. And the words that have been discussed in the article today and the previous ones, they are available on our site in the study material. You can go there, you can get the word file for the words discussed, and you can have your notes right there. Okay? Keep learning and growing, learners. I'll see you in the next session soon. Do not forget to subscribe the channel for more such sessions. Thank you so much.